turn around every now and then. I get a little bit nervous. So today is the day of the eclipse. We are having an eclipse light. It's only going to be like, sorry, I'm zipping up my backpack. It's going to be like a 75% eclipse. So I have seen a 100% before back in 2017, and I think I vlogged that. So if you guys want to go down in the archives, it will be there. But I'm about to head out because it is starting right about now at 2 o'clock. I already went ahead and filmed today, so because I usually film when like totality will be happening, and I don't want to miss that. I really thought I was going to be one of those people, aka Donald Trump, who stares at it with no protection because I didn't have glasses. I could not find my glasses from the last one. But my dad went and got me some at America's Best Glasses or whatever, that kind of glasses store. And they had eclipse glasses there, and it was kind of weird. Like there was this one woman who like, she gave it to somebody else who walked in because you can buy a 2-pack or a 4-pack. And so when my dad came in, she didn't offer him any, but like when somebody else came in, she offered, and I'm like what? Because my dad is like the nicest guy, and just she didn't offer him glasses, but offered them to other people. So I could, because I don't really need two. The only one, I might try to put them on Delilah's head because she's gonna be with me. I know some people are like, bring your pets in. Okay, like I've never seen my dog stare directly at the sun, so I don't think that's gonna happen. And during the last eclipse, I had my cats outside and they were fine, so I don't believe you need to bring in your pets. Because think of all the wild animals out there. Are they all gonna go blind? No, that's not gonna happen. So we are about to head out there, and I mainly wanted glasses to put over the camera so I can take pictures of the eclipse, because I did that with the last one and it was pretty cool. So we're going to head out there, and I am going to be reading. Guys, this is a lot harder than I remember. You're looking through the glasses. When I had the glasses on, I can see the moon or whatever, but this is hard. I wish it would focus for y'all. I'm about to get mugged for dog treats. So it has gotten like a little colder. I am a minute out from what totality will be here, and it will last for about 4 to 5 minutes, I think. Yeah, I have dog treats in my bra to keep her distracted, because I don't have those chew sticks. They've just been taking forever to get here, and thankfully these carpenter bees have been keeping her distracted. But these jerky treats are too big to put into like the Kong toys, or it keeps them distracted for a little while. But I am a minute out from totality, so I'm gonna shut up and look at the sun with these bad boys on. See what it looks like for y'all. That looks like nothing. There, ooh. Look at that. So here's what the sky looks like at totality. It's kind of dark, like darker than it was. Inside it was really dark at 3. Here's what it looks like through the phone, which doesn't make the sun look smaller. Kind of, you can. It's so dark in my sunroom, and I did get beat up. Fun, you know, but it is really dark. We're after totality now, like 2 minutes after, so I mean, who knows if that's actually when totality is or not, but that's when it was here. I know the videos from the camera on the phone were not that great, but I experienced this, and that is what life is about, having experiences. And I have like lip gloss all right there. I noticed in the picture I took of me with my glasses on, I was like, see, you can't see when you have those glasses on. So I did not know I had lip gloss all over my face, which is a-okay because, I mean, other than that, I look pretty cute. Guys, don't worry, this is a reading vlog. Sorry, I'm moving my food around. And I planned to read outside during the eclipse, but I was too focused on the eclipse because, I mean, when will I see another one? I don't know, because the last one was 2017, so that's not that long at all. But just think, before that, I had gone 18 years without seeing an eclipse. So I think it's just best to make the most of those special, like, kind of things. Nature, y'all know I love nature in general, and I have like moon stuff all over my reading planner, and that was seeing the moon eclipse the sun. I think that's the right way of saying that. But I do want to go over my weekly TBR with y'all. So first, I do have a short story collection that I'm reading that is Of This New World by Allegra Hyde. And this one is basically like a lot of different genres, different time periods and all. And that's all I can really tell y'all. There, I mean, there's not even a description on the back of the book. There's not a real theme here. It's just a bunch of short stories that she wrote put together. And then the book that I've been reading for weeks, and I talk about in the video that I filmed today, that I should be in no rush, that I have to read this many books a month, or I have to have a book completed in that amount of days. And that's just something I've realized. Now, will I stick with that? Most likely not. And also, I lost my camera tripod. I think, okay, I do see it. Okay, because I was like, I'm sorry if this is like really shaky or anything, because I am just holding my camera. But I am reading Winter of the World by Ken Follett, and I am loving this, but not as much as the first book in the series. But the first book in the series is a time period of the 1900s up until after the First World War, to like the mid 1920s, which is like my favorite time period to read, to watch. I love learning about that time. When this one is World War II. Now, the parts of leading up to World War II, I found, especially in Germany, I found really fascinating, because I don't think I've read anything. Yeah, I can't think of anything that I've read that takes place leading up. The Book Thief kind of does, but I feel like The Book Thief is its whole own thing. It's so unique of a story. But I have learned a lot about a lot of Americans who are like Nazi sympathizers. I can never say that word. Like American like businessmen and all of that. Now, I know some like well-known people who were, but I didn't really know too much about it. And I'm just learning a lot about Russia's involvement as well. And the Spanish Civil War was a plot in here which I knew nothing about. I still don't know a ton, because it was very minuscule compared to obviously World War II that we're focusing on, but I didn't know anything about it before except that it happened. I didn't even know when it happened, so now I know that it was basically in a lead up to World War II. So I have learned a lot, but I'm just not loving it as much as I did the first book in the series. And this is following a bunch of people, really like normal people, throughout the course of the Second World War. Then the book I'm going to start as my mood read today is one that my friend Sarah got me for Christmas. I don't know what year. The note is in here, but it's, yeah, it is hard to do one-handed. But this is Dead Mountain, the Untold True Story of the Dyatlov Pass Incident by Donnie Escher. This is nonfiction, and this was a event that happened in the Soviet Union. I don't know, 1959 was when it happened, and it was very strange. All of these hikers just had mysterious deaths, and they were all like professionals. I think they were like scientists and all, experienced hikers, and it was just so weird, their unexplained injuries and the way the scene was. And obviously a lot of stuff coming out of the Soviet Union. A lot of people don't know what was true and what wasn't. So this is a American documentary maker, is that what you would call him? producer, he wrote this book, so that's that book, and I will be starting that today. And then my ebook is A Breath of Snow and Ashes by Diana Gabaldon, which is the 6th book in the Outlander series. I am now over halfway into Winter of the World by Ken Follett. Also, it is Tuesday, but I am over halfway into this, and I did want to just give y'all some of my thoughts. There have been scenes today that literally made my jaw drop. I was not expecting at all. So a lot of books that I've read this year have been ones where I didn't really feel anything. So like, if there's a plot twist, I was like, okay, cool. But like with this book, I actually am like, oh my gosh, I wasn't expecting that. Or my jaw literally drops. So that to me is always a positive, because I just struggle with that with my reading. So where is my note on this? Because I'm doing the ebook. I am scared. Why is it not coming up? Did it not save? So I'm on page 540. This will be very scary. I did it at 50%, and it's looking like it didn't save. None of my things today look like they saved. Ooh, well, that's not fun that they didn't save. So we're just gonna have to go off the top of my head and hope that it's what I wanted to say. So we're gonna go through Call Power right now. This is like a 4, somewhere in the 4-star, because it's great, but it's not as good as the first book in the series, which was a 5-star. So characters, this isn't they're all so great. As I was telling y'all, I'm noticing my flag up there is stuck, but they're all great, and I feel that emotional connection to all of these characters. But my favorite ones are Daisy's plotline. She is an American heiress from Buffalo who has married, or has gone to, I'm not gonna say who she married, but she's gone to England and has married an English lord, and she's kind of an outcast in Buffalo. Yes, she did come from money, but more so new money. She is a daughter of immigrants and all of that. And then in England, she is well, yeah, she is an immigrant, but I meant she is an outcast once again, because one, she's American and is new money and all of that. So I've really liked her plotline. And then Lloyd, who his mother is Welsh, and then his father is not, his biological father is not in his life. His stepfather is Jewish, and his storyline, I've been really intrigued by. His mother was probably my favorite character in the first book, because these do go, I'm gonna say there's a 10-year time jump between first and second book. Probably a little, no, it's a little less than 10 years, but those are my favorite characters. And then atmosphere, I do really like that we're seeing a lot of Europe in the Second World War. We do have an American plotline as well, but Europe is our more prominent area in the book. Now that I sit here and think about it, I'm like, I wish we had Italian characters, or I wish we had Scandinavian. Scandinavia, I know zero of what was happening. I just learned that like America, the Masters of Air show, my dad was watching it and some friends watched it, that America was like bombing Norway, and I'm like, I didn't even know that happened. Sorry, Norway. But I think they were bombing Nazis, so like, not sorry, you know. But if there were random Norwegians killed, I'm sorry. I did not know that. But still, I didn't know like about the Spanish Civil War. We have that in here. And then writing has been good, and it's obviously, this is a thick book, but it's very accessible and easy to read, and it never feels dense, even though it's almost 900 pages, if not 900 pages. Then the plot, again, falls with the atmosphere that it's so informative. I'm learning about all these different countries and what led up to the war, and then what it was like being a citizen of those countries during the war, because I knew very little about, I didn't even know much about Germany before Hitler and before the war. I didn't know a ton. I talked about The Book Thief yesterday. That's basically the closest thing I've read in comparison. And I obviously knew that Stalin and Hitler had a lot of stuff going on. I didn't know in detail about that. As I said, I didn't know anything about the Spanish Civil War except that it happened. I didn't know when it happened. I didn't know why it happened. And now I do know. And so there's just been so much that I have learned. I didn't know FDR really cared about what the media and what the people thought of him. So, and I didn't know how Churchill even became prime minister. There's a lots of information I am learning, and that is always great because that's my goal when I'm reading. But I'm kind of upset that none of my notes on my phone saved. I've never had that happen before. So hopefully I'm just looking in the wrong place. I'm on camera and flustered and don't know what I'm doing. That happens. I get flustered. I do, and do everything wrong. I'm sure there are people who can relate to that, but I'm going to go have some dinner. I don't know if I'm gonna watch baseball or hockey. I know the hockey game is not on TV, so I think it's only basketball and baseball that's on there, but I don't pull for either of those teams, so might just pull up a sport on my phone to watch while I eat. It's Wednesday. I'm pissed off, but it's okay. Because everything is going to be okay. So Target is doing Target Circle Week, which there's a lot of sales. I did save nearly $20 on my purchase today, which, I mean, that's awesome. But they have this deal where you can get 3 books for the price of 2. So obviously I'm going to do that. And I wanted this book, Where the Dark Stands Still. I saw this in Books with Brittany's video and I was like, that sounds good. And I did the Amazon sample. So I read like the first 3 pages and thought the writing was really good. So I bought it. So I could put in my cart. Not a cart, a basket. That's a big part of the story. So I put that in there. And the other book that I wanted was The Familiar by Leigh Bardugo. And Penny's about to open the door. So the Leigh Bardugo book that came out today, and I didn't even know it was going to be a special edition with black sprayed edges and still at a normal price and even on sale. So I was like, that is great. I'm going to get it on sale. This pretty book that is a historical fantasy about an era that I want to know more about. That just sounds amazing. So when I'm in the back of the store, I'm like, let me just check my phone to see what aisle it's on, because that way I can just go right to it. And it's like, it is in checkout lane 9. And I'm like, okay, so I will just get it when I'm on my way out. And then I saw A Dowry of Blood by S.T. Gibson, which I've wanted this book for so long, but I've never been able to find it in a store. You might have seen vlogs in the past where I go to Barnes & Noble looking for this book. I've never been able to find it, but I found it just by chance today. I looked up and it was on the shelf and I was like, okay, that will be my 3rd book for the sale. So I add that into my basket. This is like really big for a paperback, really big font. So I add that into the basket. As you can see, I am in a big fantasy mood, which is extremely rare. But, oh, my drink, I was hearing because I have a soda over there, because I hadn't had caffeine at this point in the day yet either. So I get to the point, I have all my groceries, which were kind of heavy because I have a lot of like sugar, butter, that like, because I am doing some baking, so it's really heavy, and I just have one of those baskets, handheld baskets, because I did a cart last week and I was like, let's see what is like with a basket if I can. Yeah, so I'm gonna be doing a cart from here on out. So I get to where they say the book is at and it is not there, and it's, so most people are going through normal checkout now at Target because they just did new rules with self-checkout. So there's awkwardly going around, people seeing if this book is there, and I'm like, I feel like this one lady is like eyeing me, she's staring at me while I'm doing this, and I'm like, lady, I'm not here to mess with you, I'm looking at the books. But it was not there. So on a normal day that wouldn't matter, but I was like, I'm buying 2 books, and when I can be doing that and get a book for free, but none of these books up here are books that I want to buy. So what is the point? I'm not going to buy 2 books if I'm not getting one for free. So I'm like, I had this really heavy basket with 9 items in it. I'm going all the way to the back of the store to find a book, and I could not find, like, usually I could just go in there and be like, okay, this is what I want, but I had such a hard time. So this is a book that I am so iffy about because I'm not sure how I feel about the trope in it, but where just because at the same time I feel like it's so chaotic and so unique because it's polyamory and in a modern day setting between hockey players and a girl, and I'm like, that is so out there, which for me personally I don't think I'm going to like, but I want to try something new and I want to see how an author goes about that trope. So I got Pucking Around by Emily Rath, and the first book in the Jacksonville Rays series, which there is a team in Jacksonville, and I'm blanking the name. Icemen? It's something with men, but I was like, why not? Why not try that? Because it's the only one that I'm really intrigued by, and maybe not even intrigued in. One of the scenes that I just went by, I was like, there's a word. But those are the 3 books that I got at Target today. So I'm in a fantasy mood, and then we just but this I'm super happy with. And I mean, hey, what if that one book becomes a favorite? Because I've not read a favorite book in a long time. But yes, there's my Target rant. And then other random things, I forgot to put the cat food up, and then I got some self tanner because I said in my video that I want to be tanner, and so I got some self tanner. For best results, use daily as your overall body lotion. Smooth unevenly and completely. Use sparingly on elbows, knees, and ankles. Allow several minutes to dry prior. Wash your hands. So can I put this on my face? I hope I can, because that was the plan. Because I want my face to be tan, but that's what I got at Target today. I am now over a quarter of the way into Dead Mountain, so I do want to give y'all my thoughts and all so far. I am loving it. It's not a 5-star, and I will tell y'all like why it's not, but it is definitely a high 4. Since it is nonfiction, I don't know exactly what I'm going to rate it, since I can't do Call Pal system on nonfiction. I'm really curious if there is a system like Call Pal for nonfiction. If y'all know, let me know in the comments, but I probably will Google that later. So I only have 3 thoughts so far. So I didn't realize how young all these people were. They were like my age and younger. Those are the people who went missing, the hikers, or they went missing, but they found the bodies in a very strange way. It's the guy who didn't, okay, yeah, he had health issues, so he ended up leaving. So he was like the lone survivor. So the rest of everybody are the ones that died. So yeah, I did not realize that they were college kids so young, and that was just crazy to me. And also this is another note that I should probably add in. When I think of the Soviet Union, this is in 1959, I picture just, you know, Soviet blocks, people in really like dual clothes. I don't picture actual people with stories, which is, yeah, I've just never thought of it. And that is bad. Yeah, I don't know why I've never thought of it. So just seeing these people, how I'm like, they seem so normal. And that's exactly, even if you look at places like Iran, there are normal people. They're not all evil terrorists or you know, whatever, evil Russians. I'm looking for this picture here to show you of Sasha, one of the men, playing with the or he's not playing, but he was out, he sang a song that was like the Russian version of Mary's Little Lamb with these kids at this school. And yeah, so it's really humanizing these people in this mystery that happened. And then the author is doing a great job of making the hiker's journey interesting, and then his journey as well. When I read The Lost City of Z, is that what it's called, by like David Graham, totally could be the wrong name. I did not care about the modern like people's looking for the Lost City of Z. I was like, I do not care. But in this, So we have the story of the Russian hikers in 1959, and then in 2012 we have Donnie Isher, who is the author, going to Russia to research this and his story all with that, and I think that's so fascinating. So he is making both of these storylines intriguing to follow, even if, yeah, I didn't buy this book, my friend Sarah bought it for me, but like I had interest in this book because of what happened to these people in 1959. I didn't really care about what happened to the guy making the book, but now I do. I think that story is super fascinating. Yes. Then the writer's also doing a good job at painting a picture of a place. So the Ural Mountains in the USSR. So this is a place that most people, I don't know anybody personally who has traveled there. So it's gonna be something hard for a Western audience to envision. Like, as I was saying, I had no idea what citizens of the Soviet Union were like. So the author is doing a great job at bringing this atmosphere, bringing this setting, bringing these people to life. There's my update on that. So yes, I am loving this, but oh yeah, my complaint of why it's not a 5-star. I just have, y'all saw all these hikers. I am having a hard time keeping up with who's who. I'm like, there is Ivan Dyatlov, first name could be wrong. That's who the whole mystery, Igor Dyatlov is who the story, or who the case or whatever is all named after, because he was the leader of all of them. And then there's Zina, who is one of the girls, because there were only 2 girls. So I have them, I know them, and I know Dyatlov. And then there was the older guy, Sasha, just because I'm like, he's way older than them, and like randomly joined. And then we have Yuri, who was the one who survived. And then all these other people, I kind of am confused by who is who. So that's my only complaint, is for the majority of the cast of characters, I'm having a hard time sorting out who they are. But there's my update. I'm gonna read some Outlander after I get my bath, and that's gonna be very nice because today was hot, and getting a bath after a hot day is always. It is Thursday, the last day of the vlog. Do I still have Cheetos? I do have Cheetos on me. My bad. I ate a lot of Cheetos this morning. But I have gotten to over 75% of this new world. And the story I read today has definitely been my favorite. It's called Ephemera, I guess is how you say that. I know that's the paper I use for my like journaling. I don't really know what that word means though, but that has been my favorite story. It has had the best characters, because all these other stories I read before, I did not really connect with any of these. There was one that was set in Mexico that I kind of liked. I think, okay, is it this one? Yeah, okay, this one, but Flowers for Prisoners. I kind of like, that was the one I had been thinking about the most until this one. So those 2 have been my favorites so far, but Ephemera, I really liked the characters. Carlos Pete, I think was the name of the like main guy, who is basically the found family trope with the characters, and I like that trope. And then the atmosphere was the Saronin, is that how you say that? I don't know, I've never heard it pronounced. Desert in Arizona between California and Phoenix. And I do like a desert setting. I love the desert. And then the writing in this is a 5-star. Writing is 5-star. And then the plot in this one, again, with the found family, and how we are really all lost souls trying to find something in life. And I just really like that. But this is going to be like a 2.5, 2.75. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to rate it yet. And okay, so like why? As I said, the writing is fantastic, 5-star writing. Characters, as I said, I have only really like enjoyed 2 of these characters, or like 2 of the stories character wise. And then atmosphere hasn't played a huge part. As I said, the writing's great, but I think it's mainly these stories feel so disjointed, not the stories all together. Like one story, it just feels like it's jumping around, very sporadic. And I'm just like, okay, what is this? Why is this happening? Like they don't flow well. They're very choppy. And yeah, they haven't been as thought-provoking as the author's novel Eleutheria was. So they're not doing a lot for me. They're not making me feel a lot. They're not making me think a lot. Only two of the stories have made me think. But there are still two more in there, so we can see how I like those and if it will bump up my rating. But at this point, being 83% into it, I don't think that much can be done to make my rating higher. So yeah, I most likely will be unhauling this, even if I did love the story I read today. Possible 5-star for that story, but I can't help it when the majority I don't enjoy. But I wanted to update y'all on that. I still have, yeah, it's 2:24, so I still have a bit of time until I get into Winter of the World. I don't know if I'm gonna read outside today because there is a chance of rain. It's rained already, and then pop-up showers might be happening today, so I just had to check the weather because obviously I'm not gonna sit outside and read in the pouring rain, especially with this, because you know if water gets on your screen it just moves. Like, yeah, it's not fun. So if I don't read outside, I will just do my puzzle while I read, which I did not have my heavy weight on, and you know my posture sucks. So this right here hurts, but I know it says posture related, so I don't really care. And then I am gonna go get lunch later. I've been loving Zaxby's lately. I went through not having Zaxby's for a while, and then when I had those fillings done last month and I was high from the anxiety medication, that grilled cheese was like the best thing I had ever had because it was so greasy and so good. And then I went again last week. Yeah, last week I went and it was good, but there's something different when you have like the munchies. Again, this was all legal, prescribed, don't worry. But yeah, there's just something different with that. But still, like, I've just been craving like greasy, cheesy stuff. Like, I had a great quesadilla last week, and so that's just what I've been wanting to eat, which is kind of gross, being really greasy and all, but it's so good. At the start of the season, so spring, I go and buy clothes that I don't need. And y'all know I had a super busy March and I never get around to opening packages. And my cat will open them for me because he has, you know, like cats like to claw cardboard and they like to claw things. This is not cardboard, but he got into it before I did, so I was like, I might as well just go ahead and open it. So most of the stuff I get on sale, because that we look for sales. And then it has to match my color palette, body shape, and all of that, which I use the Style DNA app for. Not sponsored, but I recommend that app to everybody. It's fantastic. I love it. So the first thing we have in here, and this is from Lulus, is this is coral, I can never see that, floral print. I don't know if this is a dress or a skirt or a two-piece set. Okay, yeah, it's a two-piece set. So this is the top, which now I think it's gonna be too small for me. When I saw the size, it's double X, but it is really stretchy, so yeah. But I do really like the color. And then these are the bottoms, which that can't be the waist. That can't be the waist, guys. I'm not gonna fit into that. I know people say I'm so small, but I am bigger on the bottom. And I don't think I'm gonna be able to fit into this. And this is a skirt, so will I be able to fit into that? I don't know, but that's the thing. We're getting these things on sale. They were not that expensive. So this just says color beige, extra small, which extra small is my size. Ooh, this interesting material. Okay, this is a dress. This should be like a golf course, because the Masters are going on. I'm not going to the Masters, but just hearing about it watching it on TV and it's all on social media. I have been to the Masters though, but I don't really talk about that. I had a great time, but I think this would be like something really cute for the like a golf course if you're a golf girly. And then we have, oh, two more things actually. This is a pair of pants in the color cream. And do I own pants from, I do own pants, but these are like jeans. I own trousers and they fit so well. I got so many compliments in the fall, so definitely do recommend Lulus for pants and pretty much everything. But I love these kind of pants, Princess Diana vibes. But I only saw problems with the length. Pants are usually too long for me because I am only like 5'3". So hopefully they fit in that department. But these, I do really like the cut and everything. I know it smells good. And then I do have one more thing in here. It says brown, but this is like an interesting brown. Like the reflection is cool. There's just a hole, so I'm gonna open it there. And again, I love satin. This looks like a skirt. Yeah, this is a skirt, which I do have a very similar skirt from them. It might even be the same one that is in gold. But this is just a brown one. And it goes good with what I'm wearing right now. Like those colors together look so good. So that is what I got at Lulu's literally forever ago. Let's see when I placed this order. Is there a receipt thing in here? Oh, it's like I had to scan a QR code, which I'm not gonna do. That's too much work. But I was bored and I was like, I kind of want to do a video of this, but I don't have makeup on and all, so I'm not dressed cute. I'm in my PJs, so I'm just gonna do it on my vlog. I am going to be ending the vlog here. I know this one was a bit sporadic, so thank you for sticking around with me. If you did make it through this whole video, leave any kind of rain emoji in the comments below. And as always, comment, rate, and subscribe. And don't forget to ring that notification bell to be notified when all my videos go live. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.